Kids can be so cruel. It is a worn-out cliche that usually brings to mind playground teasing, a bit of name-calling, or older kids keeping a backpack away from a younger classmate. But when you begin plumbing the depths of juvenile true crime, that schoolyard behavior seems like child's play. In the darkest corners of criminal history, we discover exactly what children are capable of when born into horrific conditions. While their peers are playing with dolls and finishing up homework, some children are sharpening knives, torturing local animals, or plotting something far worse. This is the case of one of the youngest serial killers in the history of the United Kingdom, an 11-year-old girl whose depraved acts shook a nation to its core. This is the harrowing story of Mary Bell. The horror began in the early evening of Saturday, May 25th, 1968. In a working-class neighborhood in Scotswood, Newcastle, located in the northeast of England, the parents of 4-year-old Martin Brown grew frantic when their little boy failed to return home for tea. In an era where stranger danger had not yet gripped the public's consciousness, letting young kids roam the streets was entirely normal. It was a close-knit community where neighbors assumed the older children looked out for the younger ones. Tragically, it was a group of local kids who stumbled upon Martin's body the very next day. He was found inside an abandoned house not far from his home. Devastated and desperate for answers, Martin's parents turned to the authorities, but the initial police response was shockingly nonchalant. When investigators inspected the body, they found no severe external injuries, indicating a violent struggle. There was only a small trace of blood near the toddler's face. Near the body, officers discovered an empty bottle of painkillers. Operating with the limited forensic protocols of 1968, the police quickly ruled the death an accidental overdose, concluding that Martin had simply found the pills and ingested them. But the truth was far more sinister, and the signs were entirely ignored. Several weeks later, Martin's nursery school was broken into and savagely vandalized. Furniture was smashed and tables were thrown across the classroom. Left behind in the wreckage were 4 scrap pieces of paper with handwritten messages. One read, "I murder so that I may come back," and another explicitly stated, "We did murder Martin Brown." Despite these blatant handwritten confessions sitting inside the classroom of a child who had just mysteriously died, the Newcastle police brushed the entire incident off as a twisted act of juvenile vandalism. They assumed the local kids simply possessed a terribly dark sense of humor. While the police remained indifferent, Martin's family harbored deep suspicions. Their unease only grew during the wake when a local 11-year-old neighbor called knocking on their front door. Came knocking on their front door. It was Mary Bell. She claimed she wanted to see Martin. When his grieving mother gently explained that Martin had passed away, Mary responded with a chilling clarification. She didn't want to play with him. She already knew he was dead. She just wanted to see his body. Horrified, the mother slammed the door in her face. But the